Hello, welcome to Natty's Crafts. I'm Natalie. I always do all the crafting. And today we're going to get a little summerish. And that means we're basically going to make a drink holder for the pool. Now, you might ask, why wouldn't you just buy this from Amazon? And I would say, because it's more fun to make. So, give the video a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe. When you subscribe, you should hit the bell so you know when the next video comes out. So let's go ahead and go take a look. So I found this fun summer watermelon plate from Dollar Tree. So that's what we're going to use as the base. And then that's just a glass that I have. And then these little containers also from Dollar Tree. And then the pool noodle, of course, from Dollar Tree. And I was trying to find something that would hold a glass. This is kind of a standard size glass. Nothing too big, nothing too small, just kind of standard. And this little plastic dish holder holds the glass just fine. I was trying to test it to see if it'd fall out, and it didn't, so that was good. So of course we have to start with taking all of the hundreds of labels off. And this was just in the summer section, just $1.25 regular plate. Melamine, I think it is. And then we're going to use the pool noodle. Now, I didn't think about the fact that this black pool noodle is dyed, obviously, to make it black. And I should have used white. So far, it hasn't been a problem, but I can see somehow that it could become a problem. So use the white pool noodles if possible. So we're going to cut it down using the pool noodle cutter, from Dollar Tree. And just make it the size so that it's going to wrap around the plate. This is what's going to make that plate float for us. I figured if it can hold a kid, it can hold a plate of drinks, is what I figured. So that's how we came up with this idea here. And I'm just using this ruler measurement thing, also from Dollar Tree, to get a straight line so that I know where I'm going to cut the pool noodle. So once I've got my straight line, I'm going to use that pool noodle cutter from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to just cut along that line that I made. Now you do want this to be as straight as possible, otherwise it will sit on your plate funny. So you do want this to be as straight as possible, your line. And then we're going to stick the plate into the slit that we made. And these pool noodles do not bend real easily. So this took a little doing in order to get this to stay. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use both super glue and hot glue. Here I'm just showing super glue because I thought that would be enough. But it takes the super glue too long, or maybe the pool noodle is too porous or something. I'm not sure. But I put the not hot glue, that is super glue on, and I'm just going to hold it. I literally held it there for like 3 minutes or something. And just keep it bent so that you get the right shape on the plate. And so now I figured out if I put a belt around the plate, that will hold its shape. Now, I only have one of these wraparound type belts, so I had to do this somewhat intelligently to make it fit both sides. You'll see in a bit here. But after I've got the belt on and it's held in place, I'm going to add more super glue and then also add some hot glue for that instant connection there, or that instant glue. Now, keep it in mind, of course, that if you use the hot setting on your hot glue, your pool noodle will melt. And I experienced this because my hot glue gun, my glue gun, is only one temperature. It's only hot. And then we're going to cut off any edge because we want the edge to be as smooth as possible against itself there. And then also glue it to itself on the edge. You can't see me do it. I apologize. I got it out of frame. I was so into this, I didn't know. I wasn't paying attention. But just glue it. You know, make it stick. Make it stick to the plate. And then I moved my little belt over a little bit so that it would hold right on that seam. And I ended up putting a little piece of cardboard under that to keep it flat because I didn't want glue on my belt. Because this is a belt I wear once a year or something. And then again, just adding some hot glue. Then I was trying to figure out how I wanted the glasses to go on. I originally thought I would do 3 glasses, but I didn't want to take the belt off, so I only did 2. And I just hot glued those onto the plate. And then we had this huge seam that didn't glue so well. And so I am going to go ahead and glue this little extra piece of pool noodle onto, to cover up, basically, to cover up that seam. And so I'm just very lightly cutting the pool noodle so that it bends easier, which is something you could have done as well to your pool noodle when you were first creating it, but I did not do that. So I'm just doing that to the little edge that I'm making here. And it's a little bit humorous because it kind of looks like a power symbol. You know, the power symbol, the start button or whatever? It kind of looks like that to me. I don't know why that matters to anyone. It doesn't. It's like a start summer button. Come on, get in the pool. Let's start. Let's go. So I'm hot gluing this down and then using super glue. You do have to put a lot of glue on this, and keep it in mind, it will burn your foam or melt your foam if you put the hot glue. And then I'm going to cut off the extra that was on the back side, and again, just add tons more glue. And this, I am in Texas. This is going to be in Texas, so I will not be able to leave it outside. But look at how adorable, and it works so well. So I have an actual glass with the drink, and then I have an actual, like, I don't know, it's about a half bottle of water or so. And I think it's just perfect. It's perfect. I love it. And then if you had a little tiny glass or a little bowl, you could add that to it. And then we're going to make one with a square cutting board, which was much easier, but I don't think it looks as good. So I'm just going to measure the sides of the cutting board, and same thing, just going to make it straight and flat. And then I'm going to cut each pool noodle in half the long way so that we can wrap that around the cutting board. And I was debating if this needed to be glued or not, and I don't want it falling apart, so I did glue it, because I don't know if the water might push the cutting board out. I'm not sure, so I glued it. And again, I'm in Texas, so the glue, you know, I may have to redo this halfway through the season, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So super glue and then hot glue. Do that to all the edges, and then we're just going to hot glue these little bowls. They were some sort of food bowls that I got and kept, of course, for crafting. And I'm just gluing those down because a glass fits into them perfectly. Like, you could even fit a little bit of a larger glass in these, which was nice. And look at how adorable that is. And I've got the same drink and the same bottle of water, and still just as cute. Again, not as cute, I don't think, as the watermelon circle, but certainly useful. Either way. I thank you so much for stopping by Natty's Crafts today. I sure hope that you could give the video a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, be sure to subscribe. When you subscribe, you should hit the bell. Make sure that you appreciate today, as tomorrow is never promised. Thanks, y'all. Y'all have a great one.